Good afternoon. So the goal of today's lesson is to learn how to use GeoGebra, how to save a file, constructions, how to create a URL, and how to share it to Canvas so I can give you feedback. So using the link I provided in Canvas, item number 1, GeoGebra, it will get you to this page. You need to go to GeoGebra Classic. So in the 3 bars, upper right-hand side, click on that menu, scroll down to View, and you want to unclick Algebra and Graphics. Before you do so, you're going to click Graphics 2. So we'll unclick Algebra, we will unclick Graphics, and we have just Graphics 2 on our screen. Close this window by clicking on the same 3 bars, and then arrow down just below that to where you see the triangle circle menu. Click on it and unselect the axes. That will hide the axes. Now we have a clean slate. Okay. Now you need to look over here at these tools. We are more focused on the selection tool or the moving tool. If you are in this mode, you can move around, you can click, and nothing is going to be created on the screen, and you won't have to undo anything. Before we get there though, want to make sure that we're signed in. So click on the 3 bars again, and you'll see that my name is at the bottom. I'm going to click on it, sign out, and then go back to 3 bars. You'll sign in, and you'll see this menu. If you click on Google and you're signed into Google already with your student account, then I would just click Google. I need to log in using my email address just because I have so many accounts there. Again, this move tool allows us to select and move items. The point tool, you should know that a point in geometry, more specifically, is a vertex or vertices, plural, when it's part of a shape. So the point tool, if the point is part of a shape, it ends up becoming a vertex or vertices, plural. Line tool, we can create lines, segments, or arrays. Arrays have an endpoint and continue in one direction. Line segments have 2 endpoints, and a line is defined as 2 points that extend, where actually all points extend in either direction. The Polygon tool is what we'll start with. Click on Polygon, and then you will select a point. Now be careful because we're going to create as many as 10 polygons here. The top row will be polygons, the second row will be regular polygons, and I'm going to just select my points. Point 1, point 2, point 3, and then I'm going to close it by finishing where I started. I'm going to create a quadrilateral, 4 vertices, 4 sides, 1, 2, 3, 4, and close. And I will do another one. Actually, I don't have to keep going back here to select. I can just keep going. Once I'm in that tool, that's what I'm going to be using. I don't have to change or go back and reselect it before continuing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's make a concave shape. 5 vertices, triangle, quadrilateral, pentagon. And I'm going to continue until I have all 6 of my polygons: triangle, quadrilateral, pentagon, hexagon, heptagon or septagon, and octagon. Now the next row, I'm going to construct or just define regular polygons. So go to the polygon menu, choose regular polygon, and this is slightly different. Notice the commands down here. It says regular polygon, select 2 points. Let me go back there so it shows up again. Regular polygon, the directions are below. It will tell you what to do. Select 2 points, then enter the number of vertices. Now, a regular polygon is defined as some polygon that is both equilateral and equiangular. It has equal sides and equal interior angles. So be careful here. When I define my first 2 points, I have defined the length of my first side, and because it's going to be regular, it's going to have all sides the same length. I'm going to choose 3 sides because I want to start with a triangle, hit OK, and there's defined. I'm going to do the same thing with quadrilateral, pentagon, hexagon, heptagon, and octagon. You will do the same. Actually, reminder, I'm learning this tool at the same time. I'm going to define my first side, choose 4 vertices, 4 sides, and there we go. For my pentagon, 5 sides, enter. Now, they're getting a little close to each other, they're overlapping. I'm gonna go back to and select my move tool, and I'm gonna move these, selecting this space so I can move them. Now, I can also select a vertex and I can move it. It's not rigid, it's going to move, but it's gonna remain regular, okay? If I select any of these vertices for the plane polygons, notice that the entire shape isn't moving because it's not defined as regular. So I can change the lengths of sides, I can change the interior angles, and I can move by selecting the area in the middle. Okay, spread these out. Give myself a little more room here. Okay, my plane polygons and my other polygons. Okay, so go ahead and finish up the remaining polygons so that we have 6 and 6. Once you get all 6 of your plane polygons and all 6 of your regular polygons, now it's time to name them. So go up to the A equals 2 or the slider button at the top here. Scroll down to ABC text after you've selected it. You'll see ABC. Now I'm in text mode. If I select any area below the shape, I will get a text box and I will enter the name. Do that for each shape. And be sure you are specific or general depending on the type of the polygon, okay? So once you've typed these in, if you want to move them around, go back to the move tool and you can move the text, you can move the shapes, give yourself some room here. Notice that the regular quadrilateral has a specific name, which is a square. A square is a shape that has 4 sides, all congruent, 4 angles, all congruent. Another word for it is a regular quadrilateral. Okay. None of these others have a specific name. But again, the difference between a heptagon and septagon, there is none. Some teachers in the building will say septagon. I will write heptagon. It's up to you. Okay, now that you have this task all done, the only thing left to do is submit it. Before we submit it, we need to save it. Notice in the address bar up here, it still says geogebra.org classic. So none of this has been saved. And it might have been better for me to go ahead and save it initially, and name it so that if I got lost or if I lost my connection, I at least have something saved. Go to the three bars and click Save. Simple as that. You need to name it. I'm going to name these 6 polygons. Click Save. Now, I have no evidence that this has been saved unless I go up and look, oh, it's now assigned a special address for it. I go back to the 3 bars and I go 2 more rows down and I see this icon for sharing. I click Share. It gives me a URL or a link. I copy it. And then I go to my Canvas page. This is your assignment for today. You click Submit. And if your teacher has done what they're supposed to do, you will have either a text entry or a website URL. I would prefer you get used to typing the website URL. If I'm asking for a website, share, Command V or paste. You can type in comments. This is my first draft. This is my final draft. Up to you. Text entry. This is where you will normally put in comments. What's going well? What are you struggling with? How I can help you? Any other comments in the asynchronous lessons so I can record attendance. Okay, that is it. Join a Zoom call in the afternoons whenever you're stuck. Please never kick the can down the road and avoid engaging with me in the afternoons when it would take just 5 or 10 minutes in that moment. If you wait, things build up and then it may take us longer to get through some of these tasks. So if you get stuck at all, check in.